Stuff Works Explained. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the top or Kenya's top 2026 infrastructure project. We cover 10 projects and a bonus of 3. As we move into 2026, the Kenya's infrastructure agenda is shaping up to be one of the most transformative periods in decades. Roads and rail links which have been long promised are breaking ground. Major irrigation and food security investments are taking shape. New transport hubs and conference facilities are rising. Ambitious plans are underway to expand energy supply and digital economic capacity. These projects matter because they will affect everyday life. They will affect how good moves, how farmers produce food, how business connect to global markets, and how Kenya competes in a rapidly changing world. In this video, we take a critical look at the top 10 infrastructure projects to watch in Kenya in 2026. We'll look at where they are, what they involve, the key challenges they face, and what to expect in 2026 and their timelines. We'll start with the first project, which is Rironi Nakuru Mau Summit Highway Expansion. This is one of the busiest sections of the Northern Corridor, the main road linking Nairobi to Western Kenya. Work began in late 2025 to upgrade the 170 kilometers of the existing highway into a modern dual carriageway with 4 lanes and expanded interchanges. This expansion aims to reduce chronic congestions, improve safety, and support freight and passenger transport efficiency. Where is this project? This project is from Rironi on the outskirts of Nairobi through Naivasha to Nakuru to Mau Summit. What does it involve? It involves converting the old road to a dual carriageway with 4 lanes and modern safety features. What are the challenges that this project is facing? Large-scale land compensation, coordinating coordinators, as well as maintaining traffic flow during construction. What do you expect in 2026? Construction main work fully underway with drainage, earthwork, bridge upgrades, as well as early carriage servicing. The project is expected to be completed in mid-2027 with sections opening to traffic progressively. The second project to watch in 2026 is the standard gauge railway extension from Naivasha or from Suswa all the way to Kisumu and then to Kenya-Ugandan border, Malaba. After years of planning, the government confirmed that the construction of standard gauge railway SGR extension from Naivasha or Suswa to Kisumu and onward to Malaba will officially begin in January 2026. This extension is the final piece to connect Kenya's modern rail system to the Ugandan border and beyond, supporting regional trade. The project will start from Naivasha, moving westwards, or Suswa, moving westwards through Kisumu to Malaba on the Kenyan-Ugandan border. The project involves building a modern freight rail link designed to speed up cargo movement from Mombasa to inland East Africa. The project is facing some challenges such as mobilizing finance, land acquisition, as well as coordinating with Uganda rail plans. What to expect in 2026 is the groundbreaking and early earthworks, as well as bridges and site preparation. Expected completion date is between 2029 and 2031 with phased freight operations as sections are finalized. The third project to watch in 2026 is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport expansion and modernization. Plans to transform JKIA into a world-class aviation hub have been reset after termination of the previous private sector deal. The government has recommitted to expanding capacity with a new terminal and upgrade runways to handle growing passenger and cargo demand. The project involves construction of a new passenger terminal, upgraded airside facilities, expanded ground infrastructure to reduce delays and support growth in tourism and trade. Some of the challenges facing this project include securing funding without burdening the taxpayers, managing procurement, and as well as ensuring smooth operations during construction. In 2026, we expect procurement and design finalization. Preparatory works and contract awards will be done in this year. Expected completion date, this will be phased through 2027 to 2028, depending on financing and construction speed. The third project to watch in Kenya in 2026 is Turkana Oil Project. The commercialization phase is likely to start this year. Kenya's oil field in Turkana are finally moving from exploration into commercial production. The Field Development Plan (FDP) has been approved by the government ministry and is awaiting final legislative ratification to allow full production to begin. The project involves bringing oil wells into production, connecting pipelines, and establishing export logistics. Some of the challenges facing these projects are finalizing pipeline agreements, export infrastructure, as well as investment conditions. What to expect in 2026 is in the initial commercial oil flow and export preparation. The project is expected to move to full maturity by early 2030s once the midstream infrastructure is in place. The fifth project to watch in 2026 is Nairobi Railway City Development. Railway City is Nairobi's flagship urban regeneration project next to existing rail yards. It aims to create mixed-use center in commercial offices, housing, retail, and logistic facilities linked to transport network. The project involves clearing and servicing the land, building roads and utilities, as well as attracting investors to develop the precinct. Some of the challenges facing this project include land compensation, financing, and coordination with rail operations. What to expect in 2026 is commercial infrastructure servicing agreements and early vertical construction. Expected commercial opening of this project it will be phased from 2027 to 2028. Then the sixth project to watch in Kenya in 2026 is Galana Kulalu Irrigation and Dam Project. This is a long anticipated irrigation and food security initiative which took a major step with the signing of the Kenya shillings 40 billion contract for the Galana Kulalu Dam, which is intended to support irrigating up to 300,000 acres and supply water for farming and domestic use. The project involves building of a large dam with water storage and distribution system to support irrigation and water supply. Some of the challenges facing this project include water management, environmental and wildlife impacts, as well as effective distribution to farmers. What to expect in 2026 is the construction of the dam and main water conveyance work. Expected full build-up is between 2028 and 2030, with irrigation ramp-up as sections commissioned. The seventh project to watch in 2026 is Bomas International Convention Center. One of the most visible flagship projects, the Bomas International Convention Center, is being built as a world-class event venue. Thousands of workers on site with a firm target for completion in April 2026, with the facility expected to hold a major conference in May 2026. The project involves construction of a large convention complex with auditions, hotels, facilities capable of hosting major global summits, with the first one being the French Africa Summit, which will be held in Kenya in May 2026. Some of the challenges that are facing this project include keeping tight timelines and ensuring modern standards are met. There's also what to expect in 2026 is final finishing, servicing, commissioning, as well as readiness to host major events. This is expected to be inaugurated in May 2026. The eighth big project that we'll watch in 2026 in Kenya is Kenya's nuclear power program. Kenya is actively developing a long-term nuclear program to diversify its power supply with low carbon and reliable electricity. The government is preparing infrastructure and regulatory frameworks ahead of construction. This is being planned in counties. There's a mention of Siaya, Kwale, and Kilifi, although some of these counties have rejected this project. What it involves is building of a commercial nuclear power plant and research reactor facility. Challenges that are facing this project include high upfront cost, stringent safety standards, regulatory compliance, as well as public acceptance. What to expect in 2026 is completion of a regulatory, safety, seating, and financing planning to enable construction. Expected construction may start in 2027 with commercial operations in the early 2030s. The seventh or the ninth, sorry, project to watch in 2026 in Kenya is Konza Technopolis Development. Konza Technopolis, which is also known as Silicon Savannah, remains Kenya's flagship smart city and technology hub under Vision 2030. The project spans thousands of acres and aims to attract global and local tech firms. The project is located in Machakos, Makueni, and Kajiado counties. It straddles these three counties. It involves construction of ICT parks, office clusters, innovation hubs, research institutions, and smart infrastructure. Horizontal development has already been done. Now what is remaining is vertical development. Challenges that are facing this project include slow horizontal infrastructure rollout and financing constraints. What to expect in 2026 is continued development of road rings, utilities, and business incentives. Expected milestones is phased expansion through 2026 to 2030. And finally, the 10th project to watch in Kenya in 2026 are urban roads and North Corridor PPP expansion in various counties, in various regions, including Nairobi, Nakuru, Kisumu, and Mombasa corridors. This involves upgrading urban links and major trunk roads to improve traffic flow and logistics. Challenges that are facing this is funding, land issues, and coordination with traffic in national traffic patterns. What is expected in 2026 for these road improvement projects and PPP expansion is continued construction of new projects initiation and the national roads programs, which was initiated in 2025. Bonus project to watch these 2026 we include Mombasa Nairobi Usahi Expressway, which was halted in 2025 after failing to meet statutory feasibility criteria under the PPP. The government has directed focus towards expanding the existing highway instead. So we'll see what transpires as far as this road, or we know the fate of this road in 2026. There's also Lapset Corridor, which is Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia Transport Corridor Lapset, which remains a significant regional initiative. Components such as highways, port infrastructure are progressing incrementally under various programs, but full corridor completion is a long-term and multi-decadal project. Then we have the Grand Falls Mega Dam, which was cancelled in 2025, just like Usahi Highway. We'll see what happens to this mega project, which is expected to increase electricity capacity in Kenya. In conclusion, we can say that Kenya's 2026 infrastructure landscape is defined by dynamism and scale. Roads and rail links are breaking ground, trade corridors are being strengthened, agriculture is being transformed, and the foundation of energy security and economic hubs are being laid. Each project brings opportunities and challenges, but together they point to a future where Kenya's infrastructure can sustainably support growth, jobs, and regional leadership. As you watch these projects unfold in the coming year, the outcomes will have lasting effects on how Kenya moves goods, powers its economy, feeds its people, and connects to a wider world. So thank you for reaching this far. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, watch other videos that you have made in 2025 and other years. And also, let's follow up on and see what transpires as far as these top 10 Kenyan projects to watch are concerned. Thank you.